it's gonna cost this much money. They're gonna be like, why is it so much money? And all of a sudden they're like, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like they'll be like, a pack of rubber washers. You go get down um, the engine store or like O'Reilly's or something, right? You go get that pack of rubber seals and stuff for gaskets or whatever. You get that stuff, and it's probably like $100 for like really good quality one. They charge us like 75 grand for them. Not that they're any better. We can still get the same. They're the same washers.
Yeah,
They just mark them the fuck up.
it's part priority, and it's
But
part of
but
doing
here's the
business.
thing: is they put them in big ass orders that no one actually reviews. This is where it gets stupid. There's two sides, two parts of this one. Either, and it's not just washers, but it's other stuff, right? Let's say the person who needs the product or says they need the product, they're in on it. They're getting a fucking cutback from the vendor or someone. The vendor's gonna take them out and do stuff for them.
They're
Take
gonna
them to
go on a
dinner and all
nice
this kind of shit,
fancy yeah.
right?
They're
It's not their
they're
money. They don't give a fuck, and their
they're
leadership probably
wanting the
doesn't
money.
know,
Yeah, what are you
right?
talking about?
The
No, I
second
bet
part
you
is the
don't care.
leaders. The leaders probably are dealing with this on their own because sometimes it doesn't. If I say I need this piece of hardware, I'm not on the negotiating table. I don't get to sit there and haggle the prices with them and say that's crazy. You shouldn't pay that much. They go hash that shit out themselves.
Yeah, so the problem is just lack of oversight.
Well, well, that's it's not oversight. It's informed decision making. I
No,
can't
but
make a decision, right?
there's a lot of oversight that is missing, and there's
Well,
bribery and all these things.
okay. Here's what I'm saying, right? So let's say my boss gets talked into from a professional salesman that it's going to cost this much money, and my boss is like, well, it's not my money, and my guy says he really needs it, so it must be important. Instead of going back and forth and asking and doing comparisons with other people necessarily, my boss is just going to go, all right, here you go. Here's the money. That's what they said it's going to cost. That's what it's going to cost. No haggling. But they just include a whole bunch of markups so that they can get commissions and all that kind of stuff. That's not the bottom line price, but that's not how it fucking works. Now, the third one, you know, they just take advantage of you and, fuck your asshole and say, well, we know you can't get it from anybody else. So this is the price. Take it or leave it.
Rude.
Yeah, well, we've
Because
all known that there's been these problems
Highway robbery.
in the military and the old.
Okay, I'll give you a different example.
There's no oversight
Let's say-
with the Pentagon and what they do with that money, and
Let's
that's why
say
you have that type of
Chris-
shit going on.
Let's say Chris, he's in Canada. He makes some revolutionary piece of equipment that we need, and we can only get it from him, right? Or there's only like a couple of the people in the United States who could actually make that thing, and it's basically it's using the same stuff as him, but all of your parts come from China, right? We can't use that product. Period. You can't buy it. We're not allowed to.
Yeah, those are patents.
No. It's a supply chain issue. If
Yeah,
it
but
comes from,
there's also patent issues as well and abuse of that.
we don't care about that. But what I'm saying is, like, if your product is not like made in America or by one of our partner countries, like one of the approved off the approved list,
Not allowed to
Well,
use
can't buy it.
what partner country do you have left? Or you're
Yeah.
gonna have left in the next year?
what are you talking about? We have the entire NATO alliance. We have all these other partners throughout the world.
I know, but that's degrading quite fast right now.
I don't think so. Money talks, man. My point is that we like there's only so many places we can get specific things, especially when they're like unique products. I'm not even talking about patented products. I'm talking about like unique products that only there's only like really three options in the world for people who actually support that kind of technology or something like that. But then the fact that if they don't have a secure supply chain that doesn't include like China or someone like that, they automatically get eliminated from the pool. They can't even bid on the project.
Yeah, well.
So it's not necessarily a lack of government oversight, because I mean, it's
That's
not
an
really going to
interna-
help.
that's an international market, you know. Like,
Yeah.
You need to specialize in certain things, you know what I mean? And
Well, the thing is they have to bring that talent to America, and we have to. Some of the times we have to build this shit in house, man. They'll buy the parts themselves and reverse engineer something, figure out how it works, and then build it themselves. Like, that's the problem, and it costs them a lot of money to figure out how to. They got to buy a bunch of them and break them to figure out how to build them. Like, that's the problem. Like, imagine oh man, I really need this keyboard. But it's a special keyboard, so we gotta go make a bunch of keyboards now.
Mhm.
You know?
Well, that's just the market, and you can't only depend on your own industries. That's why there's international relationship.
Well, I'm not saying we don't have international relationships.
No,
But-
but you need to be able to do that trade, because it's the same thing for other countries. That depends on the fabrication of made in other places in the world. Like if you look at our auto industry, just in general, we have a free exchange right now, but not really not with the steel and aluminum, tariffs that Trump is putting down. But no one's going to be able to afford cars anymore. But
It's such a wonderful thing. I come from the Rust Belt part of the USA, and that basically killed multiple states by sending all that industry to China. Maybe finally this will reinvigorate a few of the states that have been called the Rust Belt, that have been completely destroyed by that decision.
well, it's a little bit more than complicated than that, Ninja.
I hope those tariffs never go away. I hope they double or triple. They should forbid all other steel from anywhere else in the world.
Then you won't be able to buy food anymore.
We can produce all the steel. We should export it.
Where were the major exporters of food? Like,
I know, but if you need aluminum to be able to can a bunch of shit. Now you're putting tariffs. The U.S. doesn't make aluminum. You transform aluminum, but you don't make aluminum.
Well, that's different.
If you want to try to make aluminum, then you need power. But the U.S. is bad at making power.
We need more nuclear power plants.
Yeah, but you know how long it takes to make a plant?
They have these new ones that fit on a truck bed. They're small and modular, really easy to produce.
Yeah, but that doesn't power a fucking plant that makes aluminum.
Sure it does. Yeah.
You need massive power for that.
It
And
can provide.
that's one of the reasons why, Quebec, for example, is one of the biggest places for aluminum in the world because of hydroelectricity.
Yeah, you got that free power. That's better than what we got, for sure.
All I'm saying is,
Still has
if you
maintenance.
just put tariff with other countries, they'll just put tariffs, and at the end of the day, you still have to buy the aluminum from somewhere.
Sure.
Then you're not gonna. What you're gonna see is just the new Trump inflation tax on you. But, every time you buy some food.
I get it. It's just a personal gripe of mine because I live here and China has taken all our industry.
that's gonna be a thing. It's not gonna. It's gonna get worse for the tariff in China. Like we're gonna. It's gonna be a big thing. The places I was saying, if they have any involvement with the entire process of creating an item, period. We're talking most of the Middle East, Russia, China, some of the at least half of Africa, half of South America. If any of those countries are involved in the process at all, the U.S. military probably can't use them. Even if it says made in the USA, it was assembled here, most of the stuff was here, unless it's raw resources that can be brought in from somewhere else, When I say raw resources, I mean like iron, aluminum, something like that. Like, unless it's raw resources, yeah, not gonna happen.
I feel like I should add that just because you can produce something in one place doesn't mean it's not like infinitely more expedient or efficient to do it somewhere else. Where like if a company, if an organization, company or nation or whatever else can produce something somewhere very easily because there's a lot of it for whatever reason, it's kind of different from being able to produce something somewhere else.
Did you guys get to see the Hezbollah pager incident a few months ago?
Yeah, that was amazing.
Okay, all right. So hold on. So the Hezbollah pager incident, basically, the Israeli spy agency, I guess, they infiltrated one of the suppliers who was bidding on a contract for Hezbollah to supply them with pagers, because their cell phones had been being tracked and hacked and all that stuff. So they went to pagers because that's the more secure way to do it. They figured out they were going to pagers from an inside man. They got in with a company who had the lowest bid. They fronted the money essentially to get the bid as low as possible without raising alarms, and then they won the bid. They start pushing out all of these pagers to all these Hezbollah people, get them all online. They're all running. They're relying on these things on the daily. All their people have them. All their, at least people in a leadership position, have them. What do? They have a back door into them, and nobody in the Hezbollah thing checked them to find out if they had something. They never did a thorough inspection on how these pagers were built, what was put into them, basically in the chips. They put C4 in the fucking chips.
Incredibly impressive.
They put C4 in the circuitry, and it's only activated with a specific circuit's activated. And they called the fucking phone number, and the circuit was activated, and all these people like started blowing up simultaneously.
An amazing attack that you can only really pull off once. Now they probably will use smoke signals or something.
That's the kind of risk that the U.S. military could face if we didn't be extremely selective on our supply chain.
Yeah, good point.
And so that's the kind of stuff that we fight on the daily basis, and they don't really understand that at all.
Yeah, a lot of people are very low information.
We don't want to take a risk. So we don't accept any electronic products from China whatsoever, because we think everything that can come from China potentially could have a fucking bug in it, or hidden circuitry, or hidden code.
No doubt, for sure.
Back doors. We don't use any of it. We don't even allow it at all.
Yeah, you shouldn't.
Even applications.
I buggered off for a second. Something happened.
We're still waiting on Sky Will, I guess. When's he coming? You talked to him, right, Joe?
Yeah, he said he's in a meeting, and he'd be in here after he's done with that. So
we
could probably go ahead and start.
Yeah, let's just start.
I can't finish late today, so.
All right.
I'm probably gonna have to log at around 11 o'clock.
Oh shit. Well, let's begin right away then. All right. So I want to roll it back a little bit. So if you recall, last time you passed through a gray gate in the slave area of the mines, and from there you were able to travel many miles until you arrived at the cave, where this place is illuminated like that other place. Although instead of having a single giant sun revolving around the area, it's got many globes illuminating the ceiling. And there's an entire jungle, a rainforest even. And there's plenty of creatures everywhere, and there's Gith. There's Gith everywhere as well. Gith children were playing in the forest, and you've been chasing them. You're going to arrive pretty close to the edge of what appears to be a big rice paddy, where there's some wooden trellises that connect the paths, and there's a large number of Gith farmers that are just sort of toiling away at the far end of this farm here. This is a really wide open space. Each of these squares is 100 feet, so a really big distance. If you go out into the clearing, the Gith might notice you, the Gith farmers. The children, they run all the way across this this wooden thing, and they're going to go towards 8. But before you can do anything, something weird happens right here at the edge of the rice paddies. And so this is the party token here. And you were on this trail traveling through the rainforest chasing those Gith children. When suddenly something peculiar begins to happen.
Are we trying to kill children?
No.
We're trying to find their parents.
So we can kill them?
Hang on, what are the children doing?
They're running away at high speed. They're very fast here too, like little thieves. Little thieves in the back alleys, they move quite quick.
I'm gonna form a telepathic connection with one of them that I can.
Yeah. What do you say?
Why are you running?
They scream and run. They're children.
Hmm.
You are frightening aliens from the surface world.
And you are probing into their brains.
I mean you no harm.
I mean you
That's
harm.
what every alien says.
I mean you lots of harm.
Hey, Taurus.
What up?
Roll a wisdom save.
Oh, wisdom save.
Yes.
Fucking hate you. Do we have a feast at least?
Yeah, everybody had their feast. You always do. I remember you made sure to have it before setting off on your adventure.
Okay. Do we have a feast?
I'm going to need a wisdom save from Grimorn and Morg.
And Soul?
Yeah, Soul too. Why not? 4 of them.
We do have advantage.
4 wisdom saves.
6 days. 12.
I got a 10.
All right.
Do I save?
24.
17.
Rolling like shit. Rolling like shit.
So, what's your roll?
Hold up, I might die here.
You
My
have
roll
advantage.
is 12. Ninja, how far does 12 get me?
Nowhere.
Oh,
See, you have advantage, huh?
yep, I
Roll with advantage.
Alright.
Okay.
rolled with advantage and 6 and 12. It literally divided.
Okay, so Ringsight, you were briefly in communication with the shrieking child who was running away into the woods. When you turn to see the rest of your party after attempting this, you notice that Taurus isn't there anymore. Morg and Grimorn are no longer there, and Sol is no longer there.
Like, what do you mean we're no longer there?
Like they have
Wave my hand.
ditched the flying carpet and gone into the woods suddenly.
Oh,
I'm gonna
damn,
wave
are we
my
naked
hand
running
for it.
around, like, eating badger poop and shit?
You've all been charmed.
My hand.
You've all been charmed and
Oh,
pulled
we
into
did
the
charm.
woods.
Wait,
You're not immune to this charm. This charm beats charm immunity.
Oh, you're serious? Come
It
on.
it is immunity proof charm.
Yeah, I was about to say, come on, bitch, I'm a bard. This is my whole thing.
Man, this is bullshit.
I'm
24 didn't
saying.
save?
So all my friends just went off into the woods then.
Yep. They felt a compelling urge to wander off into the woods.
Are we like wiping our ass with poison ivy and stuff?
Well, I guess I'm keeping that connection with the child. This is a bit tricky.
Wait, what was the save?
You
The
know what's
ch-
crazy to me is that no one ever tries to charm me. Ever. So one time I get charmed. It's because it's a immunity breaking charm.
Actually, Morg,
Far
did
away are you?
what did you say you had? 24.
24.
Yeah. You actually saved. It was 20.
Okay.
It was 20. So you didn't go off into the woods, but the others did. They hop off the flying carpet and go off into the woods. Which has to be a little confusing to you and Ringsight.
Okay, I have a feeling why.
Yeah, I have like a
wasn't-
reaction to like grab them and like hold on to one of them.
Well, since you resisted and you kind of felt the effect and you noticed the others going and you have control of you have your own will, you could attempt to chase one down and grab one. Who do you go after?
Can I use an
grab that
extra
one.
roll, Ninja, for by using my will ability?
If you have any powers that can give you an additional roll or a redo or a bonus, you can attempt to use them for sure.
I'm talking about my psychic ability. Since wisdom is my is what I use for increasing my rolls.
Yeah, I think that just adds a dice.
Yeah, what is it like at this point? Is it D6?
Yeah, I forget.
Because I only need 3 to beat it.
I'm pretty sure it started as a D6, but did it grow? That's the question.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering.
Let me look for the rules here.
So,
2020 Psionics rules. Wild talent. It says that when you reach 17th level, it's a D12. So you could roll a D12. Good luck.
D12.
Yeah.
Alright. I'm gonna have to roll. I pass.
Okay.
I'm at 21.
So I was asking Long. You see Taurus and Soul go off in different directions. Do you want to attempt to go after one of them?
I try to grab Soul. 'Cause I don't think I can stop him.
You don't think you can stop Tori?
And then same question applies to Grimoire now that he's used his psychic power to overcome the charm effect.
I just imagine Grimoire's like, oh fuck, I guess I'll go after the.
Did,
Ye-
did
yep.
we feel something?
Okay,
in
you felt a tug and you were suddenly overwhelmed with an urge to go towards the forest, towards the trees, off the trail.
I'm gonna cast a dispel magic on Taurus.
All right, you throw a dispel magic at Taurus before he can get into the trees fully.
Is remove curse and dispel magic two different things?
Yes.
And it would have to be a curse. It's very specific.
All right, so Long. When you get to Soul is attempting to get into a tree. He's like jumping up into the branches and climbing up towards the branch. And roll a check.
Who, me or Long?
Me. I'm making it.
Okay. Am I making like noises or am I?
Roll a perception check. You're close enough that you might see something.
Okay.
I get to this badger shit.
Roll. Why is the dice just stuck? Oh, there you go. 18 perception.
You notice something climbing into Soul's pant leg.
Well, I think you're gonna say it's not
Saul, you're gonna get molested. And I started trying to grab him.
No!
All right, so
Again!
Take
Are you-
out your wife.
are you gonna pull him down out of the tree, off the branch?
I will attempt to. Yeah.
All right.
Yes, don't let me get
Do
molested.
I need to
Long,
make
please.
a strength check or anything like that?
Yeah, it's probably a DC 15. Just make it an average one.
Okay.
Damn.
Yeah, 21.
All right, you're strong. You grapple Soul and pull Soul down out of the branches. There's a sort of like a squirrel-sized lump going up his pants leg.
Ooh.
A squirrel size. What now?
Lump.
Gross, baby.
Lump.
Yeah, something's in his pants, going up the leg.
Oh, it's not like
Oh,
in
no.
his leg directly, like in
No. It
Slap
crawling in under the clothing.
is in my head.
Screws that fucking thing.
It's a new spell I learned called
my
moving.
natural cane.
Let's see if it's like a little worm.
Little, it's a squirrel-sized lump. It's a big worm.
Yeah, that's my new spell I developed. I call it moving penis.
You know these what do they call? The brain Don't let it get in his eye.
I'm gonna primal savagery the lump.
You're gonna what?
I'm going to use my primal savagery to attack the lump in his cat leg.
Wait. Hey, if he gets anything below a 3, make it really funny, Mitch.
All right. There's a flash of psionic energy as you attempt this. The armor class is 21.
If he misses, I'm gonna snap out of it.
It's proficiency plus my spell casting mod for a spell melee attack, so it's 12 plus dice roll.
Are we dealing with mind flayers?
Mind flares. Oh, I wish that'd be cool.
Oh, that's only a 14 to hit.
Okay.
Oh no.
There wasn't even a psychic flash. It didn't have to. It hits it and it's too hard. Whatever it is, it's like a shell. Maybe a beetle?
Yeah,
My pants are too
forward
hard.
and to ring sight to help. There's something trying to burrow into Soul's leg, or maybe something worse.
Did the dispel magic work on Taurus?
Yeah, Taurus snaps out of it. Taurus, you were compelled to go into the trees for some reason, but it fades away.
So,
can I do
do I
something?
do I
else?
know anything new?
I'll let you know that you've been under the charm magical spell.
Aside from the weird compulsion, you didn't notice anything.
Okay. Not weird at all.
The children have alerted the farmers, who are gathering into an angry mob and taking up their pitchforks, torches, and other assorted farm implements, scythes, and various daggers.
Huh.
They begin to move in this direction, but it's going to take them a couple minutes to get here.
These guys seem pretty cool, actually. You know what? You guys seem to have this problem covered. Just tell me if you need help. I'm gonna try to talk to these villagers.
Good job, man.
There was a belch there. You do what now?
You guys seem to have this covered. I'm gonna go try to talk to these villagers.
All right, you're going to forestall the farmers that are approaching. Are you going to run out onto the bridge across the rice paddies?
Is that the most obvious place?
That's the direction they're coming from if you want to intercede.
Then yes.
Alright, so let's get some positions. Ring sight's going this way. The horde of Gith is moving towards him. Taurus is like on the edge of the forest over here. We can still use the flying carpet as like the middle token. It's just anybody that's not directly like on it, that's gone into the woods, would be like off of it. Taurus,
Logging it on. Then.
Taurus, you can roll a perception too.
Oh, a perception. I like it. I like it. I have. Okay, perception? Maybe? 10!
Alright, you didn't see anything.
Squirrel?
Now, there's definitely creatures in the trees, an assortment of songbirds and lizards that you can see.
Any monsters that like just crawling up pants?
Yeah, maybe if you
Good
cut
news
those pants open, you might reveal what's hidden underneath.
I was gonna say, the good news is I can't be surprised. So, if if I see a threat coming at me,
Do I perceive
different
anything?
story.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna be a threat coming at you.
I'm subscribing. Ding.
You have to be
Anyways.
pretty close to spot one of these. Distance really matters when it comes to spotting these.
I just subscribed to you, just so you know.
Well, that's very nice of you. Like and subscribe.
Make the money? Oh hell yeah.
Boom, boom,
I'm gonna come
boom.
closer because I want to see Ringside getting savagely raped by a mob.
Brutal. All right.
Sorry, these aren't Goblin Slayer goblins. Calm down.
All right. So let's call all of that wackiness like a surprise round, and we'll just start from the top because some interesting things will happen this turn in the order that this turn is in. So, Soul.
Yep.
It's a new turn. You get a new wisdom save.
That's what's up. I only got a +1, so I'm probably gonna fail this too. What's the DC?
20, which means you have like a 10% chance. Roll a 20 or a 19.
Man, that's the thing. On my second try, I'm playing Soul, so it's always 100. It's a 6. Hold on. As I was saying, I'm playing Soul, and I have advantage. The chance is always 100. And I got a 3. Yeah, never mind. I died.
All right, so now you're hearing a voice in your mind, and the voice says, "Ah, protect me!" And you feel love for the lump at your knee. This lump on your knee, you love that lump, and Morg is trying to smash it with his bestial rage, and you can't let that happen. So
Rick and Morty ass creature.
Morg is trying to harm your beloved lump. What do you do about that?
I'm gonna cast an 8th level now. Let me think.
What's that Rick and Morty lump thing that bites the planet and then
Yeah.
the whole planet turns in? What is that
Grundle.
thing called?
Yeah.
Grundle.
You try to attack my lump?
I'll yell to Morg. You gotta dispel.
It's cancerous.
I'm gonna cast Shatter on him.
Dispel the charm.
Hardcore. Morg, Soul is casting a spell upon you. I think you have to roll
How much damage does base Shatter do again?
5d8, I think.
I do have Dispel Magic.
You gotta counter him. Or no, Dispel Magic wouldn't do that.
Dispel Magic.
What kind of an elemental are you right now, Morg?
I don't think I am one right now.
All right, Morg. I think it's con save.
I'm making a con save.
Against a Shatter spell, I believe.
Okay. Con save. I get 8 against those. Yeah, pretty good. 23 for the con save.
All right. You resist. So you'll take half. It's 3d8. He doesn't have to upcast it. So what's your 3d8? How much damage did you do with your spell, Soul?
21. Oh, it's 3d8?
3d8. I was a little bit off. I think in the past you did do upcast.
Yeah, no, when I upcast it, yeah.
You don't have to right now, though. I mean, this is still your friend Morg, but he is trying to attack your beloved lump, so you do need to discourage him. He wouldn't die from this, of course. So, yeah, he ends up saving and taking half of that for 5.
That's what's up. W more.
All right, so you get
Get away from me, lump. You watch it, lump taker.
yeah, you got smacked back by a powerful shatter magic. All right, so
Gone, you flat demon. The lump shall rule all.
you were quick to react, and you go right after he does. So you technically still have him grappled. What do you want to do?
I have advantage with melee attacks when I grapple him. Or is that
think
only
so,
like
yeah.
restrain or something?
I forget.
I think grapple just makes his movement 0. That's all. I think
Yeah.
It's restrain that you have the attack advantage. I'll just do regular. Just continue to regularly attack him with the well, not him, but the lump with my primal savagery. It's, this one's 18.
18.
Hit this time.
There's a flash of psychic energy, and your attack hits a psychic shield.
It
You've s-
bounces off, hits my nuts.
You're familiar with the shield spell, so you recognize a psychic shield when you see one. The lump is psychic.
These are some magical psychic beasts, and they're
The
quite
grappled condition,
tanky.
their speed is 0,
yeah.
and they have disadvantage on attack rolls against any target other than the grappler.
Yeah, he's attacking me. That's fine.
All right.
I do not bonus action. That's it.
All right, Taurus.
It's me!
Taurus, you're a little confused. You felt compelled to come over here, but you don't remember why. You have like a weird moment of lost time, and there's some activity going on nearby. Morg is doing something, and then there's a tremendous crack as the shatter spell goes off. That's going to draw your attention. What do you do?
Where are they?
So you haven't actually
I
you haven't seen an enemy. None of them has been revealed.
There's a
I'm
psychic
I see
bug on
myself
Saul
behind Morg. Well, I'm behind Grimorn, I guess? That's all I can see.
So the map is incredibly gigantic, so we're doing a lot of theater of the mind. Just imagine there's a trail. You guys are a little bit split up. Some have gone towards the trees, others are in the middle on the flying carpet. Ringsight has run off ahead. Grimorn has moved up to see better what's going on up ahead. So
Oh,
It-
okay. I'm just watching the stream. I'm like,
Morg and Sol are over in the woods on the other side, and they're close together. Morg is pulling Sol down out of one of the trees that he tried to climb up into.
Well, if I heard the shatter go off, I will run towards the shatter.
All right, well, you're going to arrive pretty quickly at your two friends struggling with each other.
I will. Wait. Who's struggling with so Grimorn and Sol are
No,
sorry,
Morg.
Morg and Sol.
Morg has Sol and is pulling him down out of a tree, and Sol casts a shatter spell at him, which does a little bit of damage to his feet. I guess he's like kind of held on his shoulders and casts it down at his feet.
Does it hurt his lump since like I'm grappling him? We're like, are we in a shared space when we grapple or no?
No, the creature's not affected.
Okay.
I'm
Leave
going
my
to,
lump alone.
I'm going to use my multi attack to do a grapple and then restrain.
Sure. Shouldn't be so hard.
So I'm going to
Very
bear hug both of them,
Oh,
grapple and
You're gonna
restrain
restrain
both
me?
of them. Yeah. I'm going to roll with my athletics. And I'll activate my strength gloves.
How
My
powerful.
bonus action.
I'm sorry, you have strength gloves. What possible freaking use could you have for those?
Because he wants to max strength, of course.
What current
36.
strength-
Strength maxing.
Okay, if
36
you have
athletics. Y'all beat that.
They can't.
Yeah, no,
Your
They
choice.
literally cannot.
Athletics or acrobatics.
No, we can just role play that you have them in an unbreakable Zangief bear hug right now.
What is?
I asked
what is
them,
Taurus-
what are you doing?
What is
I
Taurus's-
keep telling you, there's a psychic bug attached to Soul's leg. It's trying to eat
He's
him.
trying to remove me, lump. You have to help me.
His strength is a 30. He's stronger than a cloud giant.
Hmm.
Yeah. Okay. I get it.
I think it's 30. Has it gone up since?
Wait,
It's
how
just
is
dirty.
psionic about my love for this wretched.
I took expertise in athletics, so I got like double proficiency bonus of 6.
Alright, well, you're officially stronger than a storm giant then.
That's what I said. It's ridiculous.
Cloud giant, that's different.
Yeah. Okay, so he
I have
gets you on a
I
bear
have
hug.
+22 athletics.
All right, ringside. You approach an angry group of Gith farmers. They all have simple tools, but there's at least 24 of them, and they're moving in a cluster in your direction.
I was gonna say, before I have my turn, I'll maintain after they've answered that question. I'll maintain the bear hug, but I will let Morg go if he tries to pull off. But I won't let Soul go.
Okay.
All right, ringside. The angered farmers see you chasing their children, and they approach menacingly with their weapons drawn.
Greetings, friends. How are you this fine day?
They shout nonsense in their guttural language. You don't speak Gith, and they don't speak Common.
Do I have to share a language for this to work? For my basic telepathic communication?
Nah, you can use your psychic communication to speak directly to their brains.
Okay, I'm gonna tell the child to tell them that I can't understand them. Then, because I'm gonna understand them, I need to connect for a second. Give them a bit of forewarning first before I do it.
All right.
So I picked the leaderisty one.
All right. A tough old Gith farmer with a big pitchfork. It looks well crafted.
Greetings, friend.
All right. He hears your voice in his mind, and he's got some psychic power himself, and so telepathically he'll enter into communication with you. With the shared language of telepathy, he conveys his emotions of protecting his children, his xenophobia at you aliens invading his farmland, his protectiveness of his tribe, and a tinge of threatening danger from the weapon he holds in his hand, which looks quite sharp. So,
would it be more comforting if I took a form more familiar to you?
They're a little bit confused. What do you do?
I reach behind myself, very obviously, so they can see what I'm doing, and use Alter Self so that I look and sound like a Gith.
All right, you transform into a Gith. Interesting. Oh, the leader of the farmers rolls a 1. And so he's especially confused, and then he puts up his arms and he stops the farmers and tells them to put down their weapons. And he laughs at the children for their misunderstanding, and he says, I'm sorry, you must be a spy for our Queen Trinth. I had no idea. Please, forgive us for the misunderstanding. We will return to work immediately. And they turn to go back to their fields.
Oh shit!
I
That
have
worked.
come to assess the goings on here, for the greater good of us all.
They cower and say, we are working hard. Please do not kill us. We have worked hard the full season.
I have no intention of doing that. You have my word.
Yeah, they seem scared. Not specifically of you, but of something. But they were not very revealing.
I will ask them about a psychic parasite off in the woods.
He says, yes, a few people have been attacked by the intellect of ours. You must be careful.
Do you know of any way to fend them off? Some cure or spray or something?
They're a nuisance. They're quite cowardly and not particularly lethal. But many of us have been afflicted by their they're draining powers, and it's left us psychically crippled and drained.
So describe to me a regular day here for you.
He says that they've been working hard. They're producing food to feed all of the troops. And you can see many of them have whip marks on them, as if they did not produce enough food for the troops, they would be badly beaten.
I'd like to ask him permission to mentally verify something.
He says, "My mind is open to you, my lord."
Thank you. And I'm just gonna dig around for any kind of malevolence, intent, or the desire to hurt anyone, or anything like. Is this just a freaking dude who lives in a cave?
All right. Well, he's a farmer, and he is a runt of his tribe. He's a bit older, and he's a bit limp in one of his legs. One of his ankles is turned a little bit from an old injury, and so he's not capable of being a mighty warrior. And he was also not strong enough to work in the mines or to work as a weapon manufacturer. And so he basically does what he can. He has a lot of almost nationalistic fervor for Great Galnaki, the shining city under the sands. So Galnaki, his homeland, he has this sort of nationalistic reverence for Queen Trinth of Galnaki.
Under the sands.
But there's also fear, and there's Queen Zagath, and Queen Zagath was his direct queen, but she has been recently removed for displeasing Queen Trinth.
Have we not killed her yet?
No, she escaped, but the farmers have a memory of her being taken away in shame for her failures. Like, she arrived here after fleeing and was not treated well for that.
So, are there any treason thoughts in his brain?
No, none at all. Like I said, they are very devoted to their tribe, and he's only friendly to you because he thinks you're one of them. Especially a higher level elite scion of the Gith.
Well, good work. I'm going to do further assessments in the area. Rest assured I have any oddities well in hand. Just keep yourselves safe, will you?
Alright. The old Gith nods and returns to his farm work with his pitchfork in hand. Alright.
Sad.
All of that communication happens in the blink of an eye. A mere moment passes as all of those thoughts are transferred. After ring sight, the Gith farmers move off, and then what you now know is several intellect devourers are here. This one knows that you've been attempting to strike it, and it's going to activate a power.
No one's trying to strike it.
I've been trying to strike it like twice.
Damn it.
Alright, so suddenly, Soul,
Yep.
you are no longer in the warm embrace of Taurus and Morg, but you are instead 100 feet over in this direction, in the deep forest.
How the fuck did I? Okay.
Suddenly, there's a wave of relief that washes over you from your knee.
Oh no.
You peed your pants.
Oh no, I peed my pants.
Meanwhile, 3 other things are going to happen in the area over here. One thing that happens is... Alright. Grimorn, roll a perception check.
I get a minimum of 21. I don't know if you need me to roll.
Oh yeah, I do. These things are remarkably stealthy.
Yeah, 21.
21. Alright, if a 21 could do it, you would have noticed them already. They have a plus 20 stealth roll, so you're going to have to try harder than that.
Oh, what were they?
What the fuck?
Okay, something approaches Grimorn, and Grimorn, you feel the warm embrace of a creature that's snuggling up under your armor. You're not being injured, but something's grabbing you.
Okay. Is it my turn?
It feeds on you a little bit. You feel drained. One of your psychic resources is gone. Like if you have like your dice that you can add to things, your psychic dice. One of those is inaccessible. It's been drained away, consumed by this creature on your ankle. Let's see. Morg, roll a perception check.
Okay.
Taurus, you can do one too, because you're right here.
What am I doing?
A perception check. Let's see if you can notice this creature.
27.
Oh, you beat it by 1. So, a very, very small creature, tiny
that's
even, has approached from the
I was
trees.
wrong.
And move away from the tree lines. into
Unfortunately,
more
you
of the
can't
road.
move because you're grappled. Do you want to try to break free of the grapple?
Oh, Taurus? Yeah, Taurus said he would let me go if I tried to. move.
23. I got a 23.
Well, it had a stealth of 26, so that's not enough to notice it, but Morg spotted it. So, Morg, this creature approaches Taurus, attaches itself to his big toe, and consumes one of his psychic resources. You notice that its little body bloats slightly with the nutritious psychic energy flowing into it out of Taurus's big toe.
I don't use
Oh,
psychic.
hey Ninja, I got a question.
Yeah.
If I got one of these creatures on me and I don't use any psionics whatsoever, what is it absorbing?
Everybody at character creation was given the let's see, what is it? It's the wild talent, psionic wild talent. So everybody does have a psionic resource. You get 1 dice.
Well, I'm pretty sure I haven't used that thing this whole campaign. So
Eh. Early on, you used it a little bit.
Okay, I'm going to Wait, is it my turn? Can I do something about the thing crawling on Taurus?
I think the creatures moved in and they fed. So, after them, it's Grimorn's turn, actually.
Alright, so I'm gonna trigger Spirit Guardian.
All right. You throw up a Spirit Guardian.
Yeah.
The creature is in the area of your Spirit Guardian.
And Taurus might be next to me too, so.
The spaces are pretty big here. You were
Okay.
probably a significant distance further away towards the rice paddies than he was, because he had gone off towards the trees, and then he was wrestling with Morg.
I'll have to do a dex save.
Okay, the creature.
Yeah.
By the way, did Soul get teleported like a visible distance away? Is it just like a misty step like 30 feet away, or is it just, like he's like gone?
Blinks away. You have no idea where he went. You don't have a line of sight.
Shit. Okay. Guess
Tina's gone.
right in front of me.
I got a 22 on that dex save. I don't think that's enough.
No. So he's going to take 27 fire damage. Well, actually, it's radiant damage.
All right, you're gonna love this. Your oh, never mind. Radiant damage. Yeah, sure.
Radiant damage, and it's slowed.
26, you said.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Right after your turn, the creature takes a legendary action and teleports away. Bloop.
What?
That's okay. I'm keeping my concentration, and I'm gonna walk towards Taurus.
Okay.
I don't know. You tell me when I get to him. And I yell, "You watch out for those creatures! They suck our energy." Get close to me if you can. And more, you might want to become an element.
Okay, yeah.
Is it the look in your from dancing pool?
Okay.
Baby,
Where's Saul?
wanna marry you.
Quicksoth and Isel are on the flying carpet, and they're both a little confused what's going on because they can't see any creatures, but you seem to be in combat with something, maybe each other. So Quicksoth pulls Isel close to him and says, "Don't worry, my darling. Whatever is going on here, I'm sure they will handle it." Okay, that's your allies. Skywill is not here, so I'm going to say that he steps up and says, "I'll protect you. Stay by my side, and I'll make sure nothing happens." And they're very thankful, and then we go back to the top. So you find yourself deep in the woods with your beloved lump. Roll a wisdom save. Gerard.
Yeah.
So you are in the woods. Roll me a wisdom save.
Another one?
Yeah. Each turn you get to roll a new wisdom save to see if you can break free of the charm. The intellect devourer.
Doesn't it work each time I fail?
No. It stays the same each time.
Also, Ninja?
Yeah.
I probably will have to go to bed soon. I gotta go to work at 4 in the morning tomorrow.
Oh my god. All right. Well, that's fine.
I
What'd you
said,
get?
No. Yeah. Oh, we can go.
Can you break free of the devious charm of the intellect
Oh, wait.
devourer?
That's not an actual roll.
D29.
Yeah. Give me 1 second. I have advantage, right? It's still the same as last time.
Yep.
Alright, we're getting a bit higher. Hold on.
16 or
This thing's gonna have like a full colony on me. They're just gonna like know me by name now. Hey, Soul, what's up?
a
Man?
2.
Wow.
Oh no. All right, you really love your lump. Your lump devours some of your psychic energy, and it is satiated.
Man, I wish I was like, hey, can someone burn this thing off?
All right. You feel like you're in a pretty good spot, but you should probably protect your lump somehow. Maybe you could, like, crouch down and hide. You want to roll a stealth check for me?
Oh no, I think I'm actually pretty good at stealth. They'll never find me here.
Yeah, this little voice in the back of your mind is like, if you hid, nobody would ever be able to get to your lump.
Do it. Don't do it.
These cute little intellect devourers.
His turn.
They're a fun monster.
12.
All right. You try to hide, not very effectively, but you do what you can. Morg.
Okay, I'm gonna use my bonus action to turn into a. I think fire elemental can't be grappled, right? Or is it? Yeah, it can be grappled. Okay, I'm gonna be a fire elemental.
All right.
Where's my fire elemental?
I think that means Taurus might be on
Yes,
fire a little
ma
bit.
Subasu.
Your armor's gonna absorb half that fire damage, though.
Okay. I'm gonna go up and just walk and touch it, the little bug lump, so it is automatically set on fire and takes 1d10 damage, fire damage.
Okay.
I don't know if that also, like, Taurus also gets set on fire.
Yeah. I was saying he'll reduce it by half, I think, thanks to his resistance.
Okay. Alright, so him and the bug take 7 fire damage, and they need to do an action to get rid of the fire. And then I will also, as my action, I will use Frostbite, so it's a DC 23 con save on the bug. Or it takes 46 cold damage.
It failed.
Okay, and then it takes 16 cold damage. And it also has disadvantage on its next weapon attack roll before my next turn. And that's it.
Alright, how much damage?
16 cold damage.
16 and disadvantage. Okay, made a note. The creature was immune to the fire, not immune to the cold. It really disliked the cold, so as a legendary action, after taking a bunch of damage, it becomes ectoplasmic and begins scooting away. It literally passes through Taurus's leg and scoots off into the forest, passing through several trees as it goes.
Oh, it leaves it. It goes away from him. Okay.
Yeah, it turned ectoplasmic and slithered away.
Okay, if I'm telepathically linked to the group, I will tell them that they're scared of the cold.
Hey, you almost killed it with that attack. They don't have many hit points. It's very hard to hit them, and they can resist or negate a lot, but yeah, if you hit them, they die easily, and they don't like it. They are timid.
They also don't seem very healthy.
My lump, my lump, my lump, my lump, my lump.
That's my turn, so now it's Taurus' turn.
Taurus.
What's up?
You are free of your lump. What do you do now that you're cancer free?
I had a lump too? Where did fucking that little hider go?
Okay, he turned into ectoplasm and wandered off into the wilderness.
Not the lump.
It's very hard to see them while they're ectoplasmic. He currently has a stealth of 22, so you might not even be able to observe him with your eyeballs.
I'm talking about where did Soul?
Now, Soul, you have no idea. Roll a perception check and look around.
Let's see.
He's got a stealth of 12. He's really trying to hide behind that tree.
Oh, I got a 12. Do I win?
You win. All right. You see Soul. He is crouching behind a tree, and he's rubbing a lump on his knee protectively.
How far is he? Perhaps?
100 feet is how far they can teleport. So he is exactly 100 feet away from you.
If I rage, I can get to him, but I wouldn't be able to do anything.
All right.
Oh, I could. Actually, I could do a bonus action. Yeah, I could do a bonus action. Hell yeah. Proficiency with a hand axe allows you to add your proficiency. Wait. Is that like an offhand attack?
I think you have to make an attack before you can do an offhand attack, generally, don't you?
No, it says bonus action. attack with a hand axe?
Yeah, I guess that works.
I don't understand. Oh, well, I can't like use my proficiency bonus or anything like that. Oh, this is like a throw. Like it's like a bonus throw type thing. I
Sure.
don't understand.
Yeah, that makes sense. If you got a hand axe and you got a
Oh.
free hand.
Yeah. Okay. But my bonus action is to do the rage.
All right.
Oh.
Well, do you just want to get over there and stand menacingly over
No,
him?
because I don't want to scare him away. I don't want him to think I know where he is.
Yeah, all right.
I want to
Well.
keep an eye on him.
You just bluff. You go over there like, where are you, Soul?
No. I got this. I am gonna use my ring. My ring is an action, I believe. My ring of invisibility. As an action. Yep, it's an action. I'm gonna use my action. Well, I'm gonna rage first. Then I'm gonna use my ring of invisibility to do an action. So now I can move 25 plus 45. And I will fly towards Soul. Oh wait, hold on. Is stealth an action?
Hide? Yeah.
Oh, hide is an action.
Yeah, unless you're a rogue, rogues can do it as a bonus action.
Well, I am a rogue, but
Not that kind of rogue.
All right, you are, aren't you?
no, I'm an actual rogue.
Oh, did you put 2 levels in it, though?
I'd only put 1 level in it.
Yeah, I think you need 2 levels before you get cunning action.
Damn it. Okay.
All the more reason to finish this chapter.
I will use my ring to go invisible,
All right.
and I will move 70 feet toward Soul.
Okay, so you get pretty close, and you're hidden from sight, and he doesn't know that you
And
found
I'm
him.
just gonna keep an eye on him. Yeah, I'm gonna keep an eye on him.
Yeah, all right. Ring sight.
Follow him.
All right. You've dealt with the farmers. Your allies are still milling about several hundred feet back. What do you want to do?
Are we all telepathically bound?
Yeah, tell Grimoire that they're immune to fire.
Yeah, you can communicate. I think you have a link.
I will tell them they're called intellect devourers, little psychic parasites. I want to see if I can commune with one of these things. So I would like to go over to where they're at.
Is someone snoring?
J-Rod.
He said he was going to bed, but he didn't log out. He just laid his head down.
Man, let me just. Oh, I want to go to bed. Hey
Press
guys,
B.
I'm gonna go to bed. Finally, okay. Now,
He must have the most comfortable desk that you've ever seen. His keyboard is half pillow.
So,
Motherfucking Soul.
should we just banish him from the room then?
Yeah, I'll move him down to the AFK channel. That's pretty funny. Good night, Gerard. Sleep tight. Okay. Alright, so, farmers do nothing. The intellect devourers are a little intimidated. They're pretty dangerous. The one that you did a lot of damage to shares that information with the others, and they decide to get the hell out of here. So they're all going to disengage and begin moving away in ectoplasmic form. Alright, combat ends. The intellect devourers are no longer interested. So, Soul snaps out of it, returns from 100 feet out in the forest. And he looks around, and he says, you know, for a second there I thought I was in love with a lump on my knee, but that seems silly now.
I knew you were pretty self-absorbed and looked in the mirror a lot, but that was something else.
All right, so 2 encounters down in 1 shot. That's pretty impressive. So now at the crossroads at 6. I'll read the description here. Up ahead, the path upon which you travel is intersected by another pathway. So you have the option of going towards 7 or 8. Do you want to go left or do you want to go right?
Where did the farmers go off to? They go off to the left?
They are spread out in the fields, tilling the fields around in this area.
Didn't Orin go out and scout part of it, or the farmers is where he got to?
Yeah, he hasn't gone any further than here. Would you like him to scout ahead? I could have him check one of the directions.
Yeah, if they can scout the left side.
Okay. He investigates to the left, and a few minutes later he returns, and he's going to say that the pathway arches towards the cavern wall and abruptly ends at a cleft in the rock. The cleft is filled with rubble and debris. The rock appears to have purposely been placed there quite some time ago, so it's a dead end. He didn't mess with it, he just came right back to report what he saw.
Okay, I'll just go back. I'll go to the forwards.
Alright, a couple minutes later, you are moving into the forest out of the rice fields towards 8. Up ahead, you hear the sound of many strange voices chanting in unison. The chant seems to be keeping time with several dozen footfalls. You have a moment to react. What do you want to do before the noise approaches?
Does it sound like war chanting, or is it like singing, like just singing chanting?
It does sound like a chant that warriors would chant while marching towards war.
I try to hide into the tree lines.
Alright. Do you want to use your magics to make hiding plus 10 for everybody?
Yeah, I'll do that.
Alright.
Pass without face.
Everybody tries to hide, and everybody has plus 10. So,
Go deep.
moments later, a large unit of heavily armed Gith guards passes through the garden on their way towards the mining camp. You have time to count as they pass. There are 45 Gith warriors led by 3 Gith sergeants and 1 Gith lieutenant decked out in some pretty impressive armor.
I'm gonna use my little wand here and do a disguise self into a Gith.
Okay. They didn't notice the party, and they continue marching off into the rice paddies.
I'm just gonna watch them quietly.
Yep, everybody was hidden, nobody was observed, the army passes by.
What are they doing, and how are the peasantry reacting?
These are reinforcements going to fight you in the mines, but you're moving pretty quick. They don't realize that you're already here.
Lol.
Alright, wait. I think we just like wait a minute for them to walk off so that they're out of earshot, and then continue.
All right.
Hang on. Where are the slaves that we freed in the mines?
They went off in the tunnels already and left. They're not there anymore.
Yeah,
They're
they're
iron workers, right?
backtracking higher up. They're probably going to get to Zagath's lair. They wouldn't go further than that.
So they came from 8?
Yeah, they came around the corner from 9 to 8, and they passed you towards 6.
I say to the group we should go towards there. That's where they came from.
Okay.
I advise you move through the woods.
I walk along here, but this guy says a Gith.
We're over here.
Whee!
Okay.
Oh, we're just that thing. Okay.
As you're moving up,
The whole part.
you still have the advantage of stealth. Again, you're going to hear noise as you approach the crossroads here. It's not an army, but there are several Gith here doing something. So
Do they
from
look like more farmers?
your stealthy position, you're going to observe that the Giths are some kind of porters. They're all heavily muscled, but not heavily armored, and they don't have weapons. What they're doing is they're dragging some sort of barrels that are covered in thick tar or resin, and they're dragging these barrels or rolling them, and they're piling them around the crossroads. But they're concealing them under sort of a netting that has plant fibers all over top of them to make them look like just like a mossy hill. And so basically they seem to be setting up some sort of elaborate trap where
Can I shoot a firebolt to it? To one of those
Wait,
barrels?
hold on. We want to know what it is, don't we?
Yeah. While they're holding those barrels, can I shoot a firebolt at it?
Are you targeting them or the barrels?
The barrel.
All right, you target the barrels. With a tremendous explosion, the barrels explode. Let's see. The Gith try to make a dexterity saving throw. They roll a 5. They fail. So the Gith, they're directly near the barrels, and when they explode, they're killed instantly. And the explosion is so fierce that it actually causes a bit of an earthquake, and enormous rocks begin to rain down from the ceiling.
Oh, let's get the hell out of here.
I'm
If
sorry,
only,
what?
if only they had a Hosha, you know.
All right. So, falling rocks. Everybody has to make a dexterity save.
That's not good. Okay.
How many barrels are there?
Oh wait, I get
A bunch. This is a huge explosive.
I'll take.
An absolutely massive explosion. They were like, if we can't defeat these with an army, let's just blow them the hell up.
Yeah, it rolled really well. It got like a 5.
Ouch. A boulder falls on Quicksoth. He takes 60 damage.
Oh, the rubble is that big? Shit.
I'm logging in.
What's up, Will?
Here you go.
You can roll for me. The table's loading, but it might be a minute.
I'm pretty sure you're fine. It's a deck save.
It's a dex save. Some rubble falls in your direction and you just jump out of the way. Did anybody not beat the DC 15 dexterity save?
Me and Grimoire.
Yeah, I take the damage.
Oh, wait. Actually, it's not a DC 15. Sorry. I need your actual rolls.
10.
Yeah, mine was 5 and his is 10.
Damn. Okay, so Oren, you avoid many smaller falling rocks and suffer no damage. Morg and Grimorn, a very large multi-ton boulder lands on you, crushing your lower legs. You lose half of your max HP, gain the prone condition, you cannot walk or run, you can only crawl 10 feet per turn.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Oh, yeah?
So I lose half my max HP?
Yes.
You lose half your limbs.
You were in an elemental form, though.
Yeah, technically, as a fire elemental, this wouldn't crush you to death.
Yeah.
If it's
My
one
lord.
hit, does
But,
half the bludgeoning damage?
yeah, it'll still do the damage, but it'll do it to your regular hit points instead of your max HP.
Okay. So how much damage do I take then? Is it still half of my
Yeah.
fire elemental?
Half of your hit points.
Who else has enrolled?
Taro,
Yes.
What are we doing?
roll a dex save, Taro.
Oh, is it turned to a quarter since I'm resistant to the bludgeoning damage?
Yes.
Give me a second.
Joe, you haven't rolled a dex save yet, have you?
Nope.
Roll it. So, Grimorn throws a firebolt at a whole bunch of gigantic explosives that were being set up to catch you guys unaware. You caught them unaware. However, the explosion was of such epic proportions that giant rocks rained down from the ceiling. Okay, so that's in the good range. So it didn't crush your legs. Instead, you only took 30 bludgeoning damage. Are you still raging?
Yep.
Okay, well, you take half of that. 15 bludgeoning damage. That's not so bad.
I assume I take all of that then.
Wait, what did you roll?
Like a 17.
17.
Wait, how are you still raging? We went like several hundreds of feet from the first place.
15 damage. One little rock hits you. 15 bludgeoning damage. That was the smallest amount of damage you can take from this trap.
I'm gonna cast a spell to fix this ninja.
Yeah, it'll take like a lesser restoration. It'll fix your crushed legs.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
All right. The power of fire mends your absolutely flattened limbs.
And I'm gonna transform myself into a fire elemental.
All right. Better safe than sorry, right? If that happens again, you'll just squeeze around the rock.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you didn't have the advantage of a restoration spell, that injury would take months to heal. 2 broken legs? No thanks. That's a really serious trap. So serious that it does considerable damage to the farm here. The farmers are shrieking in terror and running away from the explosion. The soldiers in the distance turn around and they're like, "Oh my god! Something went wrong! Go back!" Okay.
Hold on, I
Make
gotta
haste
save
away
this.
from here before the troops that just passed by come here.
Alright. Maybe they'll think it was an accident,
No,
says
I have to freaking go back. For fuck's sake.
Quicksoth. Isel is casting a healing spell on Quicksoth. He took considerable damage from multiple rocks that hit him. But she's a cleric, and so she's going to patch him up.
I forgot we were carrying these guys.
I'm going to go back and try to use control winds so that their entire freaking farm doesn't burn to ash.
Nah, their farm is fine. It's
nice.
the scale here is gigantic. They're nowhere near it. They just hear the explosion in the distance.
You don't even know what's going on.
Yeah, you don't even know.
They're
Oh
like
my god.
they're like
I
a
got hit by their
thousand.
attack. I think I figured it out.
They're like 1,000 feet away, so don't worry about that. All right, so you guys are moving towards 9. Through the forest, you see a tunnel up ahead. The cleft in the rock. The pathway that your party is following leads to a huge opening in the cavern wall. The opening is 100 feet in height and 40 feet in width. The cleft in the rock extends inward for several hundred feet.
Wow.
You'll notice that the Gith children are gathered here. They haven't noticed your approach. You're still incredibly stealthy from the magics. You see a dozen Gith juveniles milling about. They're in your way. You can't get through the tunnel without them noticing.
A dozen?
A dozen Gith juveniles. They are too small to be full-on adults, and they don't have the arms and armor that the soldiers had.
I did a con save for the damage I took. I still maintain concentration on the stealth.
Nice. Yeah, good call.
How do I feel about this?
Well, while you ponder that moral decision, I'm gonna go grab a drink. I'll be right back.
I want to be logically consistent. Have I been doing like genocide?
I mean, we didn't.
You've been with our group, so probably.
I mean, I'm also here, so possibly not. I'm not sure.
God damn it. I love it.
I mean, Taurus was keeping some like soldier prisoners. You didn't kill them, so no.
But I've been blowing up a lot of them.
Well, of course you've been doing genocide. You're ready to blow up the whole world. Remember the Grimoire of the Road of Fire.
Mm-hmm. You guys know my solution to this problem.
It's the same solution. It hasn't failed you yet.
Yeah, chicken wings.
I mean, I'm not hungry. I just ate dinner, so.
Jerky.
All right.
Get jerky. Maybe it's like cows, you know? Maybe they did this like veal, you know what I mean? Like.
I have some poison, but it's not enough for 12 people. Like inhaled poison to knock them out.
All
It's not
right.
enough for.
So what's your decision? How do you deal with these dozen young Gith?
We did a roundabout and we all decided
Are you
living
doing the
sacrifice.
Skywalker?
All right, you gonna throw a fireball at him or something?
No, no.
Wait, what? Can you re-describe like what, like why are they standing here? What's going on?
Are they just playing in the forest? Like.
What exactly are they doing?
They're just here, just hanging out. Like imagine a group of teenagers. They got nothing to do and they're just hanging out. They were admiring. Oh,
So
man.
my goal is to turn this into a teenage horror movie.
They were admiring the soldiers as they went off to war.
Can we do something to just distract them away?
Yeah. What do you want to do?
I show up and I introduce myself, I suppose. I just say hello.
You still look like a Gith, right?
Yes.
All right. You approach in the form of a Gith. You say hello to the juveniles. You're using your mind, so they're a little confused why you're using telepathy telepathy instead of just speaking in Gith. But they'll snap to attention and they'll say, "We're not doing anything wrong. We're just hanging out."
I believe you, but there are dangerous things in the forest, and I think you need to go home for a bit.
They nod and they'll run off into the woods.
They're into the woods?
They are heading towards the farmers, to the west.
Okay. There are dangerous things in the woods. Runs into the woods.
Nice job, Taro.
And technically, the most dangerous creature you've encountered was the Intellect Devourer, and they don't kill, they just feed on your psychic powers. Which is annoying. It's a nuisance, but they're not deadly. More of a parasite than anything else.
I mean, we also kind of kidnap them all and send them hundreds of feet in random directions.
Alright, so having dealt with the teenagers, you move into the tunnels. Alright, let's grab all the figurines off the table.
Yeah, I did that already.
Take this elemental over here. Maybe I'll move this Gith as well here. Maybe this dice too. Alright. On to the next thing.
On to the next one, on to the next one, on to the next one, on to the next.
The tunnel leads through an area of absolute darkness. Can you all see in the dark?
Freeze!
Yeah.
You gotta bring me back the money, please.
I thought maybe Skywill couldn't see in the dark. Do you have a magic item to fix that yet?
I don't think that I do. I think I have my lantern,
a hooded lantern, but that's what I've been pretty much using this.
So you have the option of using a light source to see what's going on, or to just like grab somebody's arm and follow along.
Yeah,
I have blind sense out to 10 feet, so
you have you have two fire elementals like, next to you.
Oh yeah, that'll provide light. Never mind then. You're very obvious.
But are they invisible fire elementals?
No.
Well then, how did the last interaction just happen? There's just some random fires burning out in the forest, and then
Just,
Pharaoh comes up.
You just stay very flat to the ground.
Okay.
The ground is on fire.
You gotta bring me back the money, please.
I mean, I did
Alright.
tell them there are dangerous things in the forest. Maybe they thought that was part of it.
Let's see. Let's try to put the carpet down and then put the people on it. We'll put Quicksoth and Isil towards the back, because they're just tag-along NPCs. Will, are you flying alongside or are you walking on the carpet?
I'm walking on sunshine.
I'd like to be on the carpet then, if I could save my flying bits. I only have 10 minutes to fly.
Yep. Soul will be next to you.
I knew you wanted to sing along to that.
I did.
Put ringside here.
And don't it feel good?
We don't need these mites. I'll get rid of them. Intellect Devourer is gone. Alright, so
Alright, I gotta ask a question.
what's up?
It's off topic, but yeah. Would you guys buy an UPS, get it, realize it doesn't work, quote, and then send it back?
It's generally what you do when things don't work.
I'm missing some context.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, what did you buy?
What usually happens, like in my case, is you buy the UPS and then it works until the warranty runs out and then it stops working mysteriously. And then you have to buy a new battery and swap the new battery in and then it works again.
Or, hear me out. I buy a new one, and I send it back to buy a different one, and then I send the one that doesn't work back
Yeah.
instead.
I mean, if they can just give you a refund if it's only been like a day or two, it should work.
Saying I swap the boxes.
Then they'll look at the lot number and realize that you fucked them.
All right, you're traveling through the Underdark. After walking for a long way in darkness, you enter into smoothly worked hallways. Ahead, a wavering green light ripples and dances. You've begun to move down this wide hallway. The entire place is illuminated by a foreboding green light. It seems to ripple like the water of an oasis. 4 pairs of stone pillars rise up around you, tapering to points high above your head, forming tall, thin pyramids. Each of these monoliths is covered with crude mosaics depicting Gith in battles with various horrible creatures.
Like medieval git, like the weird git we deal with, or the actual git from space.
Gith. Athasian Gith. "99% of what you've encountered is Athasian Gith. You've only seen four Gith Yankees so far? Yeah.
Okay.
Technically, Orin was the only one that saw 3 of them, but everybody saw Queens of Gath.
Yeah. Let's get the queen.
I want to try to just. I'm not sure what to do because I want to kill the queen,
She will
and
die.
then hopefully, when she's dead, we can try to get these gifts to go like, hey, you actually have society here. If you come outside and don't like rob everyone, you could actually get along quite well. There are many possibilities in agreement.
They're primitive.
They're apparently not primitive. They're not too primitive to farm and be self-sufficient.
You know, they're not primitive. It's just that they have manifest destiny, thinking that all of Athos belongs to them, and it's time for them to come to the taking. If I recall.
Am I getting close to my turn to take out Soul?
What?
What?
Soul's out of
Soul's
People
flying
still
now.
say what?
Boy, we moved past that a long time ago, dude.
Yeah.
I know that they had the ambush, but I was like in the middle, like I was a turn away. I was 6 seconds away from like going up
The
behind him, and I was gonna put him in a headlock and be like, "Give me your." I was gonna.
now,
Say,
so
"Give me
one
your
of the intellect devourers took 16 cold damage and almost died. It shared a telepathic message with its siblings and said, "These are dangerous. Let's get out of here." They all turned into ectoplasm and slithered away.
Oh, all of them did. I didn't
Yes.
even one did. I didn't realize.
And at that
All
point,
of
Soul snaps out of it, and he's like, "What the hell am I doing over here?" And he came to rejoin the party.
So just to bring it back, I was stalking him.
Yes.
Just so we're clear to everybody else. I was stalking him.
Do you want to jump him right after he snaps out of
I
it?
still want to jump him. I still
Okay.
want to jump
Okay.
him, and I want to put him like in a headlock and like try to grab like his thigh regions, looking for the what is it? What was it? The lump?
The lump.
Trying to grab his lump.
All right, you grab his lump.
Oh my god.
He protests quite a bit. He says, "I have a wife, man."
Oh my god.
It's for your own good.
Oh.
I know you think that lump is your wife, but I gotta save you.
No. You misunderstand.
So that's I just put it. I was waiting for it so long. I was like, is it time yet?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
taking so long.
Yeah, sorry. We moved a little past that. So, just to snap you back to where we're actually at, you're on this map here where you have exited the natural tunnel into smooth carved stone. There's a very long hallway full of these obelisks, these monoliths that come to a pyramid point at the top that are completely covered in Gith writing, like Gith, like the Egyptian hieroglyphics, but it's Gith doing Gith things.
Githoglyphics.
Githoglyphics, yes. And so these monoliths,
Like you said it wrong. It's hieroglyphics.
pyroglyphics,
Ooh,
pyroglyphics. So these monoliths are up ahead. You haven't gotten there yet. You're in the hallway. So the stage is yours. What do you all do?
Okay, I need to detect magic.
You're gonna hate me.
You detect magic. The monoliths up ahead are all brightly glowing.
I'm trying to look for traps, as I want to step off the carpet and scout ahead.
Yeah, you've seen alarm traps before. There's definitely alarm traps on every pillar. Anybody passing through here would set off so many alarms that the whole city would be alerted.
Okay, so, men, this place is trapped and there are alarms everywhere. If we progress, we will let everyone know. Is there a way for me to bypass an alarm trap, or I just have to pretty much dispel it?
You can see that the area that each spell affects doesn't extend all the way up to the ceiling. And you guys fly, so if you get right up against the ceiling and sort of like crouch down to half your height and press the flying carpet right up near the ceiling, you could probably go above the range of the alarm spells that are really meant to capture people on foot in the hallway.
Okay. So I make a show of inspecting and looking around, and I see that there may be a way for us to travel unfound, unseen, if we go to the ceiling here. So that's what we're working on.
All right.
Flatten my fire elemental body on the carpet.
So you go past all 16 of the traps undetected, and you arrive in the Gith city, Galnaki.
Galwada?
Galnaki. Ringsight obtained some information from the mind of one of the farmers. This is Galnaki, the city of the Gith. The true home of the Gith. Like that last place that you encountered was a mostly empty ruin, but this is an actual populated city.
Wait, I thought we went to one of those already.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You did, but that was a ruin that was abandoned.
No. I thought we went to the one underground.
These
So
are all underground.
So all of these things up ahead, these are houses?
These are houses for the Gith, yeah.
I'm talking about the one that where the army marched out of.
That was the gardens, just outside the city.
This city that we're at now.
Yes, the gardens outside this city. That's the gardens that feed all of the Gith army.
When we fly up above and we get to this kind of like threshold, can we see the gate from there?
No.
Since we're up
So-
to the ceiling?
So your party emerges on a wide walkway that looks down into a vast circular chamber some 2,000 feet across. From where you stand, the stone walkway spreads out to the left and right, circling the entire chamber. It is impossible to tell how far down it is to the floor of this cavern, for a thick white mist shrouds the entire place just beneath the walkway. So, let's see here. If I go into... If I go into draw mode and I draw a circle, let's see if I can make it super duper thick. You actually can't see most of this. Like, there is this thick fog that is obscuring the vast majority of this chamber. So you're looking at the upper ring with a cloud cover below you, obscuring all of this.
Okay.
Okay, so that's sort of what it looks like to you. You're just seeing this big path that goes all the way around the outside, to the left and to the right. But ahead of you, there is a vast staircase descending into the fog.
Well then.
Hang on. So, from where you stand, the stone walkway spreads out to the left and the right, circling the entire chamber. It's impossible to tell how far down it is to the floor of this cavern, for the thick white mist shrouds the entire place just beneath the walkway. At the center of the mist is a bright green light. So it's white mist, but there's a green glow in the middle. The vast sea of mist diffuses the light, filling the entire chamber with a foreboding green glow. So you're getting sort of caustics,
Foreboding.
greenish caustics like you'd get underwater. There is the sharp sound of metal on metal that echoes like thunder through this eerie place. It is distant, but very loud. The acoustics here make it really hard. Like, you'd have to almost shout at each other as you approach this noise.
Yeah, 2,000 feet is a long, long way.
These are 20-foot squares, so it's a pretty big scale. The streets here are empty. You don't see any Gith around.
I can solve that with a quick use of Arcane Eye.
Alright, where do you send your Arcane Eye?
Hang on, I gotta use some sorcery points. I'm running out of spell slots.
What that I do though?
Oh my god.
You want to find out?
Whoa! That's why I asked.
Just by
You don't
6
want
or-
to know anymore.
Would you like to know more?
Okay, I send it in to investigate the building, the random houses.
I'll do my part.
Okay, so Ringsight sends his psychic eye into the nearest building. If you look in Discord, I'm going to drop one of these images.
This guy was losing his shit right now.
You are inside of a Gith home that looks like this. Okay, so you're inside a room. Swirling stone, a spiral staircase going up to an upper floor. simple bookcase, some statues.
Nice.
Actual freaking culture going on there. Any occupants?
It has
No.
been, yeah.
Nobody is in here. It looks like there have been people here recently, but it's unoccupied currently.
I'm just gonna keep floating my eye through buildings.
All right. You float over to the next building, and in the next building, this one's maybe like a little larger than the previous one. There seems to be some root structure growing through the building where they're harvesting the bark, almost an industrial root harvesting process. This place also seems to be the house of a stone carver, as it's filled with boulders in various states of carving. Some are statues, and others are untouched by hammer and chisel yet. The whole room is aglow with a magical light coming from the ceiling.
Oh, that's interesting. Let's get a better look at that.
All right. Your eye goes up towards the ceiling. It looks like natural sunlight coming down from above, but as you get up near it, it's just a magical light in an alcove in the ceiling.
This place is actually pretty freaking advanced.
It has been, yeah. They've been doing a lot of advanced stuff.
Yeah, casting a light spell is only first level. Pretty basic psionics.
True, but that's like an installation. That takes some playing.
Yeah, you have to make a basic enchantment. Stick it into a psionic crystal or something and put it up there.
So what's the next? What building has a person in it?
Now, as you go from building to building, you don't find any Gith. These places look lived in, like maybe they had been here recently, but all seem to be unoccupied.
Have I been
That's kinda
going
messed
through
up.
the outer ring?
You guys are still in the outer ring, yeah?
Then I send the eye to the inner rings.
You want to descend the eye down into the middle of this. All right, the eye is descending into the mists. You see the mists. Do you want to keep going?
Does the mist glow magically?
There is a greenish glow towards the center of the mist.
Other than that, the mist itself is probably not magically infused.
No, the mist doesn't seem to be magical.
Then I step in.
All right, you enter the mist.
Magical in nature.
Is the party going to go as a group?
Let me send the eye into the deep.
I don't know these fools.
Are we just doing scouting, or are you going down?
I was gonna
Going
scout, but I
down,
guess
down in an earlier round.
Okay,
got that.
that's right. That's right. So it's just Orin. Orin, roll a stealth for me.
You got it.
You got it.
So you're in the mist and you can't see, but your blind sense lets you know that the stairs continually descend at an even pace. Your footfalls land on each step as predicted. Very predictable stairs of even lengths. Although you can't see too far around you, you can't make out the buildings other than maybe occasionally there's a shadow where a doorway stands open.
We're going down, down.
28.
All right, 28 stealth. So you and Ringsight are both seeing pretty much the same thing, which is basically just a mist. Do you want to continue deeper?
I do now. At this point, I'm gonna go ahead and have my feet leave the floor. I'm gonna start using my 10 minutes.
All
of
right.
flight.
So instead of walking on the steps, you are levitating downwards silently. And Ringsight's magical sensor also levitating down silently. You emerge from the clouds. So imagine that, like, when you're on a mountaintop, you can look down and see the tops of the clouds. I'm sure you've seen that in videos or something like that. So when you descend far enough, you pass through the clouds, and then you will eventually be below the cloud level. And at this point, after passing through the middle area where the clouds are, you see what is revealed here is a vast, descending, circular area. Now, each one of these is like a step, right? So the first row of buildings has like a massive drop that goes down to the rooftops of the next buildings. And these buildings are pretty tall, and there's a massive drop that goes down to the next row of buildings. And this staircase goes down and down and down and underneath these buildings and through an archway underneath these buildings. And it enters into this plaza here. Now, let me read the description, because what you see will shock you to your core. Let me find the right part to read here. You begin to descend the broad stairway carved from the wall of the cavern. As you move further down it, the circling mists wash around you and finally lap over your head. It's difficult to see in the vapor, even an outstretched hand seems to be swallowed up by it. The fog is so thick here that it's difficult for you to make out your surroundings. Everything is muted by rolls of vapor that glow green with the light from the center of the chamber. Eventually, it becomes clear to your party that you are in an area of small, tightly packed stone buildings. The wide flight of stairs slopes down at a severe angle. As you move down them, the pacing of the noise becomes more rhythmic. Not simply metal noises, but the rhythmic beating of metal drums. And they seem to be growing faster. A pulsation of drum beats that go in time with the pulsations of the green light coming from the center. It creates a disorienting effect within the swirling clouds of vapor. Then, you reach the bottom of the stairs and find that the fog is somewhat thinner here. Although visibility is certainly far from ideal, it is possible for you to make out the buildings that surround you. Like those of the upper level, these are simple structures fashioned from stone. However, the buildings on this level are larger and better built. This level was used by the Gith officers and leaders, maybe, the nobility. As you descend these stairs, a noticeable wind begins to blow past you. The flow of air creates currents in the mists, causing it to run past you towards the center of the room. Any metal on your body begins to glow with a faint green aura that sparks and flashes, like any steel or metal on your body.
That's kind of crazy.
All right, so the last entry. You stand at the edge of a great circular courtyard behind a flight of stairs that leads upward into the cloud of vapor. Spread out around you, you see 200 Gith warriors, armed and armored. They are a formidable-looking army. In perfect harmony, the host of Gith chant a deep song that seems to echo forever. All right.
Whoa.
Way up at the top of the chamber, you guys are starting to hear this chanting. So, Oren, you are in psychic communication with the rest of your group. Are you reporting some of this back to them?
Yes. So, men, I have found what lies beneath the mist, and it is a Gith army. All chanting in perfect unison. I
That's
think Queen Zagath may be here.
Ow.
I think you mean a different queen.
No, isn't it Queen Zagath the Gith queen?
So, you
One.
met Queen Zagath in battle, and you defeated her generals, and she fled. And you chased Queen Zagath, and you got here, and when Ringsight talked to the farmers, they mentioned Queen Trinth.
Oh.
Queen Trinth is even more powerful than Queen Zagath. Queen Zagath was an underling of Queen Trinth, and she displeased Trinth and is being punished. So it seems like the person you thought was the big bad is actually not even the big bad, but was just a minion of the big bad.
Oh, wow.
But you still haven't found Zagath. Zagath is somewhere ahead, maybe.
Well, we're gonna have to ruin their party over here.
So, Oren, there's a crazy magical gate. Now, you've seen dimensional gates before, and while this doesn't look anything like the one you saw before, You think that this massive gate is clearly some sort of means of travel.
This is like the kind of stuff from other dimensions we saw before.
It's hard to tell for sure, but it is immensely magical.
This could be where the Gith came from in the first place, because we don't have Gith like that here.
An arch fashioned of corroded metal sculptures. Each of the shapes that make up the arch is individually repulsive, but taken as a whole, the structure is nothing short of atrocious. It's difficult to look at. The edges seem to constantly shimmer out of focus. Gathered around this arch are a half-dozen drummers pounding out a rapid beat, much like a living heart. Something pretty intense is happening here. You feel a sense of urgency.
Yes, that they're trying to finish something that they need, that they have started. Come down quickly, but maintain your stealth. I don't see any queen or leader down in this mix.
Nope. You see the 200 warriors arrayed before the gate, and you see the dozen robed drummers in the center. All of the warriors gathered here seem focused in towards the drummers as they chant in unison with the drum beat. Powerful magics are at work here.
It's like
How
a dozen.
to ruin their day.
Right. A dozen drummers, if I take those out. Well, what
It's
if I were
6. A half dozen drummers.
a half dozen.
Yeah, 6 of them.
Would I be able to ruin the drums, maybe? Like, I'm looking at
no.
some.
Metal
How
drums.
big are these drums?
They're
Metal.
enormous metal drums. They'd be very hard to damage. Also, the 200 Gith warriors are packed tightly around the drummers, so you would have a very hard time getting close without being detected by somebody. They're all holding their spears high and thrashing about. It's a pretty active area.
I think we're gonna have to do this is a situation where I think the simplest solution is the best, and I will now look at the fireman.
Yeah, I know.
You mean you don't want to talk to all of these fervent, war-hungry people
Yeah,
dancing to drum beats of war?
Who do you think I am?
I don't know, Gandhi.
You're only half right. I'm Gandhi if he was an actual monk in D&D.
How widely spaced apart are these drummers?
They're pretty close to the gateway. They're probably occupying a 3x3.
Well, do we want to take
Alright.
this? I rolled a 1. Do you want to take this over next week?
Yeah, we can cut it off. Let me just play this out narratively. So, let's say you guys decide to move in, right? That was going to be the next move, is moving in and taking action, right? Yes?
Yes.
Okay, so then I can do the next part. So, as you approach the ritual, the drumming suddenly stops as the chanting reaches a fever pitch. Suddenly, tremendous defiler magic launches outward from the portal, striking all of the 200 Gith warriors, killing them all instantly.
Oh no.
Every Gith in the room is dead, except for the drummers. The drummers are going to throw back their hoods, revealing themselves. They are not Gith, but instead are Githyanki. And the magic that they just cast has actually opened a dimensional gateway. And through that gateway, a general is going to step forward. A Githyanki general, resplendent in his most enchanted and most powerful armor. And he's got some lieutenants behind him. And it seems like this entire ritual's purpose was to open this gateway to another dimension. And they sacrificed all of the Gith to do it. But now there is an open portal to the Githyanki homeworld here.
How's
So,
it creeping down, gang?
so even themselves are limited in this world by defiling magic.
Yep, they had to use magic to break the
Magic
portal. To break the dimensional barrier, they had to use magic. Tremendous defiler magic.
Wow.
I still like that happened in a weird way, because if it could happen in one way, it could happen. If Defiler magic can make it happen, then so can Preserver magic. It just takes significantly more effort.
There's a pretty cool picture of the gateway. I'm gonna put it up on the stream. It's in the book, so if anybody wants to take a look at that, you can take a look at that. It is a wretched, evil artifact that uses tremendous defiler magic and psionic energies together to break the dimensional barrier. So now you have to contend with the Githyanki proper. The Gith armies are gone, except for a few stragglers, the children that you left alive, and the farmers, and a few of the slaves might be all that's left of the entire Gith species. They are now an endangered species on the edge of extinction.
Whoa, what?
Yep.
What do you mean an endangered species? There's like thousands of them across this freaking world.
Not anymore.
That killed like wait, how? Wait, give me this.
Yeah.
Stop! I am so confused. Okay, let me confirm this. Okay.
Is there more than just in this mountainous region?
Nope.
What?
Why did the children survive?
Well, you let them go.
They weren't
See-
part of this chanting death army.
Yeah, they're in the gardens. They're outside of the ritual area. The ritual happens on this map in this city.
Okay, so when you say the Gith are they're endangered, what happened to all the Gith from the various other regions of the map?
Oh, there aren't a lot of Gith in the various other regions of the map. There are straggler raider groups, small bands. This was the core of the Athasian Gith. This was like the home city where they have always lived, and any Gith that are elsewhere in the world all came from this source.
Huh. I reversed my course of action. We need to destroy these guys immediately.
Which,
Well,
the Githyanki or the Gith? There's very few Gith left.
No, the Gith Yankee.
Right. All right. Yeah, well, they were more than happy to sacrifice the Athasian Gith. It says in the guide that the Githyanki are disgusted by the Gith because they've become degenerate and devolved and become bestial, and they are very elitist, and so they see the Gith on Athos as merely a tool that they can use and discard to achieve their own objectives, which now they have a foothold into this world and an active gateway to move between there and here.
And I have an idea, and I'm wondering if it's going to work. That guy I made a mind connection with before. Do I still have that?
I would assume after the conversation ended, you didn't hold on to that.
You're talking about the farm leader, right?
Can we close the
Yeah,
table,
yeah.
Ninja?
Hang on a second. Let me pack this up. Pack it up, pack it in. Let me begin. I came to battle me, that's a sin.
I came to win, battle me, that's a sin.
Yeah, you're right. It's been a while. Alright, you can save it. Thanks for watching out there in Twitch land. It was a short but sweet game. We're closing in on the epic conclusion.
That is pretty crazy.
Alright, I'm going to stop the stream there.